up all that gas early on.
Mm-hmm.
And building a bunker when he was going to do an aggressive strategy, also putting down that barracks on the low ground doesn't really make any sense when you're.
Do you feel that the low ground barracks and bunker may have been to try and fool his opponent into thinking he was going for an expansion?
When you say that, actually, that makes sense because he built that bunker to maybe thwart off any scouting attempts from the Protoss.
Mm-hmm.
But at the
But it was
same, yeah, at the same time, the factory was really delayed and the starport as well. So
you're
it
right.
result was he really botched that attack.
And man, Arthur's late game army control in that mid game attack with the zealot bombs on top of the tanks.
Yeah, his economy was just too strong. Even though
And
that mine connected, it wasn't enough to put BCQD back in the game.
yeah, you know you're behind from your strategy when you can kill 20 workers with one mine and still be behind in macro.
And Maro's saying he's given BCQD an early game build in TVP, so they've chatted between themselves for this game.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, these two players have spawned on cross positions.
Spawns Andromeda, especially after doing two one-base builds in a row. I don't think that Arthur's going to be incredibly caught off guard here.
I hope Maro's strategy Maro shared with BCQD wasn't an aggressive one, because if it was, he's probably in trouble here.
Hmm. What strategy do you think would give Beastie Cutie the best chance here? Large map, spawns very far away.
Well, I was kind of surprised he chose this map. If he's set out on being aggressive, then it's a surprising choice. So, I mean, if you choose Andromeda, you choose it because you want to play a macro game, usually. That's
I'll be
why
right,
you choose that map.
be right back.
This map's really common as well for Nexus first builds from Protoss, and Terrans really hate dealing with Nexus first builds after the fact.
Sorry, back.
That's okay. Arthur doesn't seem to be opting for any kind of too greedy build. I think he Beastie Cutie's cheese from the first game really scared him from trying out any unorthodox Nexus first builds.
Mm-hmm. And we do see that early gas again from Beastie Cutie.
Let's see if he's gonna put down the factory on time this time. Yes,
Yes,
there.
much better factory timing.
Beastie Cutie denying entrance.
Yeah, sneak by.
And the supply depot placement really shows map awareness from Beastie Cutie.
Mm-hmm.
Even though he's probably not played this map in several years, 3-4 years, he has enough RTS experience to put a supply depot there.
Oh, we have a pylon going up near the Terran base by Arthur.
Yeah, this is really strange. It might be DTs this time actually, because he's not started Dragoon range.
Mm-hmm. I think you might be quite right. Oh, and it's a Robo.
Yeah. So I think he's expecting BC Cutie to go for a really greedy expansion style. Meanwhile, he's seeming to play pretty safe, and he's keeping his his SCVs on the geyser. Once again, banking up that gas needlessly.
Yeah, about 400 gas.
No mules in Brood War to boost your economy early on.
You see the first tank along with spider mines on the way.
Still no Dragoon range, but he's gonna show his Dragoons at the front. Probably feign some pressure.
Do you think that our Terran player is going to be aware of the lack of range? Is he going to notice that from the Dragoon shots?
No, I think it's still too early for him to notice it.
Well, it is looking like it's going to be Reaver drops.
And he's aggressive enough to have faked this really well. And Marl's build of, I think he gave him the advice of doing one factory, one tank, 8 marine, vulture mine push, and it's not gonna be effective on this map. You can see the size of this map.
Our Protoss player is supply blocked as he wants to start building that first Reaver. That's slowing him down.
Really clumsy from him. We can see both players banking up gas. Both players not used to Brood War. And this might actually do some damage because Arthur doesn't seem to be ready.
Yeah, these Dragoons having a very hard time holding back this attack. I think he wishes that Robo wasn't proxied right now.
Still, he's got high ground, and high ground advantage in this game is better than in StarCraft 2. Units miss when they attack towards the high ground. Have a miss chance. Oh!
Ooh, good mine hits. These Dragoons microing for their lives here, but there's just a few too many Marines. Oh, the tank's going home.
Yeah, the lack of range really hurts them as well. But the Reaver's finally building now, after the supply block lifted.
That tank is going back, even though everything else is staying.
Yeah, I think this build is not geared towards killing the Protoss, it's just geared towards pressuring him. Oh, he's got the first Reaver ready and already building the second one. This is gonna do huge damage. There's no defense here.
Oh dear. Yep, we see the Marines being taken out. And that Reaver is gonna drop. Oh! The first hit. Oh! Huge Reaper hits.
Perhaps Mara wanted Beasty Cutie to lose. What you think?
Oh! Savaging those SCVs.
This is a quality you don't often see in StarCraft 2 games. Just harassing with one unit like this.
And doing game-ending damage with it too.
Beasty Cutie still has an expansion up though, so and Arthur hasn't got an expansion, so he might still get back in this game.
He just has to hold against the next Reaver push. But he wasn't able to get that shuttle, so the Reaver does return safe and sound.
And those observers take a long time to get down and clear out the mines. Oh, really lucky there, Arthur.
Ooh, the first observer goes down to that turret, but reveals it for the Reavers, so they're not going to fly into it. He may wind up dropping on top of these mines, though. Uh-oh. Ooh,
real quick.
Great micro from Arthur.
Oh, but it took some damage, I think.
Oh! Ah. Oh, Arthur! Oh, one goes down. He does take out the bunker, but he really needed both those alive for this.
Once again, Arthur's going for the Zealot legs. He might be planning for a timing attack later on. Oh, it's gonna try to harass here.
Oh, that Scarab getting pinned behind the geyser. That's unfortunate. That was the nature of Brood War. You do have a certain amount of randomity. Oh, he does get the Reaver out of there, though. Still continuing to make off of this proxy Robo. Getting the most out of it, clearing up the remainder of these mines. Beasty Cutie still having an SCV alive by the 3rd base. Just kind of watching for that expansion timing. And mines! Oh, look at this, right in the mineral line of Arthur.
This has the potential for another screw up here. He should really bait that with a drop later on. Or with the Wraith. He's building a Wraith now. He can bait units down there later on.
I think that might be exactly what Beasty Cutie needs. Work count's still very even. Our Protoss player with a slight lead. Empty shuttle just coming in. Peeking around. I'm still very nervous that I'm going to miss those mine shots.
He was building a second Reaver, right?
Oh, and he loses them for free at the front. Ah.
And this time Beastie Cutie remembers upgrading the vulture speed, so we'll see some
Hey.
fast vultures. I think he's gearing up for a late game, because he's building 2 armories, researching both weapons armor and weapons and armor. Arthur, meanwhile, he should really be expanding more aggressively. I think he's not under any pressure here.
That's true. It does look like he's going to, but he doesn't have quite enough money for it right now. He did send a probe over to that base, though, just to mine from it.
Yeah, Beastie Cutie's got to check on those 2 expansions. He feels comfortable knowing the Protoss just on 2 bases.
Yep, as well he should. And that observer goes down. I'm still waiting for this Wraith and Mine combination to come into play. Lots of observers. Gateway units streaming across the map. A much better situation on defense for Beastie Cutie, though, than in that first game, despite being down in supply.
Does he have a shuttle for bombs? Zealot bombs?
Yeah, indeed he does.
Where is? I think it's coming there below the army.
Yep, there we go.
He's gonna try to break him now. Beastie Cutie's wall again, not tight. It's really hurting.
Huge. Okay. Oh, big shots on those SCVs.
He's taking lots and lots of SV damage.
Our Terran player coming in with a drop.
And this might be the bait we're waiting for. Let's hope Arthur sends him. Oh, and he's Arthur's attacking actually.
That's continuing to try to break through here.
Lots and lots of SVs going down.
Oh man, those probes were bunched up
probes
for a minute.
taking
He
out
doesn't
that
use the
attack.
mines. So many mines right next to these probes.
It looks like Arthur's breaking through meanwhile.
Yeah, the actual army fight though is where Beastie Cutie is in trouble.
And Beastie Cutie's down to 27 SCVs. But the Protoss is not mining at all. So if it just holds this.
Oh, he goes back to mine. He groups up next to one mine. Doesn't go off. I don't know what he's waiting for. Beastie Cutie, man, showing his mercy, letting these probes mine under his, put some mines with your mining.
Yeah. Still no wall in here. He's just gonna run right in.
Running up the front here into the tanks. I don't know what that's going to do. This isn't going to kill anything. Is he going to get one tank? Yes, gets one. Maybe two? Oh, and these two zealots, nothing's attacking them as they take down a third tank.
That one Dragoon there, been standing there 2 minutes.
Continuing to fight his own war.
Arthur's still not expanding, just keeping on with the pressure. And look at the both of these players' gas counts. They're just piling on the gas. Arthur should really do like a Templar switch right now.
He can certainly afford it. Oh, and there goes some of the mines. Only a Dragoon going down, though.
Yeah, I wonder where.
And he's alerted to these mines now. He's starting to poke around with Zealots, trying to aggro some of them. Oh, and one goes onto a Dragoon. Still one miner left.
Beasty Cutie trying to be cute with these Wraiths again. He might be able to...
No, this mine gets aggroed on Dragoons. That's so terrible.
Oh, he's baiting right now. But
he's
moving away those probes.
Oh!
Oh,
Oh,
God,
so
damn.
close. Oh, that's brutal.
Hero Dragoon.
Big hit despite having all those mines and the mineral lines all game.
Beasty Cutie overtaking Arthur now in the worker count. 42 to 37 workers. Beasty Cutie's... I mean, Arthur's not building workers. He's too...
In the proxy robo too.
I spotted them. He's too distracted. Arthur's too distracted by Beasty Cutie's constant harass.
Forced to hug it home with all those gateway units while allowing the Terran player to get his upgrades rolling. We already see 2-2 on the way for our Terran player versus once again 0-0 upgrades for the Protoss.
What do we have in that dropship moving towards Arthur's base? Down at 6 o'clock.
Pure Marines.
Marines? That's strange.
Looks like he's going to be dropping by the tech here.
Could have been...
Nope. This is fine. He's going to the natural, but there are Dragoons there.
Could have been really successful dropping tanks on that high ground.
Yeah. Well, he's choosing to trade for the probes here. He'll get a few.
Yeah, Arthur's not reacting yet.
He's got actually a lot more than I thought he would. And the dropship slips away. Definitely a very cost-effective drop.
Arthur's focusing on saving his robotics or something. We send out Dragoons there.
Well, it's safe, but it's unpowered, so I'm not sure what use it's going to be. We do see that Templar switch on the way, though. Templar Archives finishing up for our Protoss player.
Yeah, he's got enough gas for a shitload of them.
The wave of 50 DTs. It's going to swarm across the map.
Probably more effective for him to build just Templars for Archoms, rather. He can't really even afford like researching Storm.
Oh. We see an Arbiter Tribunal.
And Beast is going to move over to
Moving out
the
for the
Dragoons.
and dropships.
At least the
But it's
observers
spotted by the
plus them.
observer.
Does Arthur have his shuttle though? But he's destroying these rocks.
No shuttle for the Protoss player.
Yeah, he's gonna destroy those rocks in time. Too bad he didn't think of that earlier.
Still, there's a lot of airspace for these dropships to get away. Solid defense from Arthur.
Beastie trying to gain some map control by putting out mines on the map. It's really annoying as a Protoss, having to deal with that.
We see Stasis and our first Arbiter on the way. But just +1 finishing up for our Protoss player is 3-3 is started for the Terran. 3-3 mech, the bane of many Protosses.
Yeah, it seems like Beastie Cutie is really gearing up for the long game. He's gonna have trouble attacking across the map.
No mines left on these vultures that are being taken out. That's too bad. I know he wanted to drop some of the mineral land there.
I might have thought that there were probes in there.
Now we see the probe transfer, but will they transfer in range of these mines? I don't quite think so.
He has an observer over there as well.
Yep, he clears them up.
I wonder if the SC2BW is going for a free-base timing attack, or if it's gonna take... Oh, he's floating out his fourth right now, I think. So he's moving out to secure his fourth.
He never got rid of the Proxy Robo, though, so it's going to be a very good free scout on that fourth. Arthur not being very active with these Dragoons on mine clearing duty, getting back a little bit of map control, instead content to just sit on his 4 bases.
Yeah, that takes a lot of multitasking to move around with the observer in front of your Dragoons. Because the Dragoons tend to run past the observer. That's really annoying.
Dragoons are very disobedient.
Really, really disobedient.
Units on patrol watching for drops for Arthur. He's just now pulling those away. Feeling a little bit more safe now.
Is it a drop coming in Arthur's fourth?
Yes, there is.
Marines, he's still building Marines. It's really strange.
Just enough for these drops, though.
It's
He's
Stim
not...
as well. Maybe he thinks the dropships can heal.
Ooh. Now we see mine clearing from Arthur. That's what he needed to do. Oh, is he gonna lose the observer though? Ooh, so close.
Arthur's building arbiters and researching recall, I think. Might produce some interesting play later on when SC2BW tries to push out. The marine drop's coming in again on his fourth.
Just relentlessly sharking here, denying mining. Oh, and he fights with probes. Cancels the cannon? Oh no, he died.
Three finish now for SC2BW. Let's see if it's gonna take advantage of this timing, but he's nowhere near maxed, so I don't think he's gonna push out anytime soon.
We see 6 tanks in the way. I think he's probably going to wait until he has a little bit more supply.
Mining up the map meanwhile, being a nuisance.
Trying to aggress some of these zealots into the mines, but Arthur's not falling for it. A single mine hit on these Dragoons, though. They're all very low. We might see some go down here.
Real
Nope.
close there.
A little bit too careful.
Another
drop
marine drop.
continuing to shark down as he moves across the map. Alright, we're going to see stasis lockdowns on these tanks and an attempt to push here from Arthur. Not an overwhelming gateway count for Arthur, though. He's going to have a hard time remaxing if he does lose his army in a bad engage.
At the same time, this is the right time to attack. He really needs to trade now.
Yes, not letting that supply of the Terran reach critical
Stasis
mass.
is going off. 5 tanks. 6 tanks. Too many zealots here.
Oh.
You should try zooming out.
I don't know why I can't right now.
Maybe it's this map just... I think Arthur's being clumsy, not focusing on the fourths. He's just
That's
letting
true.
his zealots die.
And he finds himself in a deficit after that engage. And he's only able to reproduce 11 units at a time.
Yeah, in the supply count we can see SC2BW is ahead with a bigger bank than Arthur right now. Arthur really needs to be 1 base ahead of the Terran.
Beasty Cutie is continuing constant raid production without cloak.
It really shows that some of his StarCraft 2 skills have transferred over to Brood War.
And he's getting his +1/+1 for air.
Same time trying to take a 5th place, floating now. Needs to defend his 4th first though. And Wraith are probably there to take out these Arbiters.
They're not quite able to push in right now.
Arthur's looking for a stasis here.
Ooh, a lot of those raids going down. Not
Really?
the best attack from Arthur.
Yeah, that was a back from him.
Still, he might be able to catch a few of these tanks on siege.
Arthur's...
Oh, the spider mine softening everything up.
Yeah, he was looking for that stasis for a long time, but Beasty's tanks are too spread out for him.
A few zealots getting into this 4th base, but the SCV is taking them out.
Might
Oh,
not be
3 tanks!
Oh. And he's clumping them up now.
Yeah, those stasis is hitting more and more, and the zealots doing real damage at this 4th base, really late on that zealot, on that SCV pull. Will Arthur break through here?
I actually didn't think so 2 minutes ago, but he's doing an excellent job.
Yep, the supply count swinging back into his favor. That command center burning down now. He can't drop a mule. I think it's going to finally burn down.
Yeah, I dropped the mule left.
SCV wants to save it. He's got to repair it. The SCV got... Oh, send over the army. Oh, close calls. Our Terran player took another base during this confusion.
Game's even now again, but Arthur's not noticing that Beasty Cutie took a 5th base, a sneaky 5th base. Oh, he's scouting in now, down at 7 o'clock.
And here comes the zealot. Oh, I love those original zealot sound effects.
Yeah, meanwhile Arthur's trying to establish a 5th of his own up at 1 o'clock.
Well, his first 3 bases almost mined out for Arthur. He really needs that new base in the top. Oh, we see an island base also for Beasty Cutie.
This is really cute actually. It's hard for Arthur to contest this expansion.
Except with recall?
Yeah, except with recall, yeah, I forgot about that actually.
We do see +3 weapons though, finished for the Protoss. Making up that upgrade discrepancy. And a science vessel for the Terran player.
That is the counter to Arbiters.
I think after how those Wraiths fared in the last battle, he's willing to switch up the strategy.
Yeah, Wraiths really take
The
time.
Zealot spotting a drop in the bottom left. Very well done.
Again, Marines in that dropship.
Oh, we're going to see some recalls here.
in. It's looking for an opening.
Right on top of these tanks?
That might be stupid actually.
Yeah.
He can't find an
spot.
opening. Meanwhile,
Oh,
Beasty Cutie-
stasis on the SCV. Who needs oracles?
Another stasis at a fort. And doing everything he
Zealot
can to
sucking
slow down
you.
the economy.
second denial by that Zealot. Dropship not wanting to stop and clean it up, even if it could have meant securing that base. I think that would have been worth it. A lot of Zealots and an Arbiter at home. Oh, he tries to run the Vultures right through the army. That's quite a gauntlet.
I think generally the Protoss hasn't been expanding aggressively enough in this match, but just now he's establishing those bases he should have had 5-10 minutes ago.
He focuses down the observatory.
That can be annoying if he forgets to build another one.
The dropship has completely abandoned these Marines to their fate. And they don't quite get the robotic support bay.
30 HP.
Oh, that now by a raid. So we won't see any recall harass in that area. The engineering bay hiding this command center.
Beasty Cutie is moving down, trying to secure the bottom left half of the map. And I think Arthur really needs to contest this, because if this turns out to be a split map situation, Terrans usually win. Mech usually wins the war of attrition.
Our Protoss player would need a much larger bank and more gateways if he was going to constantly remax with the speed he would need.
He's finally researching Storm as well.
Alright, it looks like Arthur's ready to go for it.
Yeah, but his army is far back. The rest of his army. Beasty Cutie doesn't have his whole army down there, so
it's true. This is going to be
might
quite
be successful.
Perhaps a bit too much stasis on some of this army, so he's not able to clean up those tanks in the high ground.
Yeah, sometimes stasis works against you when you stasis the foremost units. They act as a blocker.
Arthur's so close to breaking through here, but this back tank line is still holding very strong.
Brewer, you really need to stasis the backmost units. It's counterproductive to stasis units in the front.
Supply equalizes after that battle, but more Zealots stream down to the south denying that base, as more expos are secured for our Protoss player.
Two players still on pretty equal supplies, actually. I think this is game deciding, because Beasty Cutie really needs to set up these expansions, and meanwhile Arthur is really committed to stopping this from happening.
A small pack of Zealots waiting to be a hit squad once the SCVs are transferred over there.
I think Beasty Cutie really needs to mine up better down at the lower left half. He's not using his vultures that well. Arthur's moving toward the top. Don't really know why.
Oh, yep, we're going to see a denial in this command center from the Zealots. Oh, and it's not cancelled, it just goes down. I think he's sending a bit too much of his army down there to deal with the Zealot harass. He's transferring a lot of tanks.
Yeah, but at the same time he needs to defend this part of the map. I think it would be really effective for Arthur to recall into the Terran's base right now.
Economy will do little good without production.
Yeah, in these situations you just want to spread the Terran out thin. And the only way of doing that is attacking in multiple places. He's too focused on this bottom left corner of the map.
Oh, a recall right now. A great trade there for Arthur.
He's preparing an assault from the front as well, I think. No, this stupid Dragoon's moving down. Arthur has a supply lead, but Beasty Cutie is holding on pretty well. He just needs to get those mines out with the vultures. He's not putting down any mines in front of his tanks. On the bottom left half, that is.
Quite right. I think that's why he's continuing to take such heavy losses every time the Protoss decides to engage on that side.
Now Arthur's army is moving out. Huge, huge army.
This time he has the Templar, he has the Storm, his composition is dramatically improved, and his upgrades are better, and Beasty Cutie hasn't been able to reach that critical supply. Instead we see him split out, forcing to deal with a lot of Dragoon harass in the bottom.
Yeah, he's been really distracted by Arthur's harass, his recall.
Yep, we're going to see some stasis here, and then a huge attack by the Protoss army.
That's a mistake again, stasising the front tanks. That doesn't do him any well. Still, the army is so huge.
Quite right, a lot of the Terran army not fighting. Massive storms going down in these tanks.
Ooh, Beasty Cutie repositioning his tanks, that's really good.
Arthur's supply dropping more and more here, this attack getting really blunted.
Yeah, at the same time, he's just destroying Beasty Cutie's economy while he's keeping up on his own economy. He should have focused that natural there on the 7 o'clock. Oh, there's tanks there, actually. Yeah, I thought Arthur was going to be able to break through, but once again, the stasis on the front tanks is just not a smart move.
And these Arbiters doing what damage they can, no anti-air.
He would probably have killed all those tanks if he just stasis the ones at the back. This is a recall.
Oh! Barely in time. That recall maybe not the most effective. A lot of high value gas units going down for the Protoss here. Oh, that might be all she wrote for Arthur.
And Beasty Cutie taking the lead in supply for first time in a long time.
And that is not where you want to be as the Protoss player.
Not usually the kind of gameplay you see in StarCraft 2 this.
Very much a tug of war.
Yeah.
Very momentum-based combat.
Never-ending battles. I really think Beasty Cutie's main is open to a recall, and Arthur should have taken advantage of that possibility several minutes ago.
Well, certainly his last recall was rather disastrous. Instead we see Beasty Cutie being the one going for drops, loading up 3 full dropships, and having a tank full dropship about to get focused down.
I was not paying attention to that.
Oh, that's painful.
There are two ways of winning these kind of games, and it's either going for the Terran's production facilities, and then you need to recall into their main, or you take out their expansions, and right now he just can't break through here at the expansion area, so he needs to focus on the main, and then refocus on these expansions later on.
Looks going to recall again on top of this army.
That would be stupid, actually, but at least he's stasising.
The back tanks.
He's
He heard
learning.
you, LaLuSh.
He's not moving his army either. Here we go. And Beasty Cutie slipping up on his macro, like first time in the game.
Oh, the Zealot's going into this bottom base. Beasty Cutie unable to transfer more of his army southward. He's taking critical damage here.
At the same time, his bank is so big. He should really...
Well, we can see this 3 dropship play by him has done
Oh.
some damage in the top here, denying mining at 1 base, but that's not really enough to compensate for all the factory units you can see here.
He's too focused on his harass, I think, and not enough focused on his production right now.
Go down.
A nice stasis there.
The SCVs running their repair, yes. But still, it wobbles away. Comstat goes down to the Zealots. The harass starting to get cleaned up now. Mines hitting some of the Dragoons there.
Yeah, the harass here is what's keeping Beasty Cutie in the game still. Meanwhile, he's being really careless with his force.
Arthur getting into a very costly attack with that gateway force. I'm not so happy about that.
He could have easily recalled out those units and saved them all. He's got arbiters like at home and other places on the map. Arthur is not taking his island expansion, and that might hurt him in the long run. Also, the middle might be a point of contention if this match continues on for another 10 minutes or so.
13 kill Zealot at Beastie Q's Southwest base. And he may not be long for this world.
A really, really epic game being played there.
Both these players facing elimination in the semifinals, and they're doing everything they can to stay in this.
I wonder if Morrow's tired now or if he's excited, finding this entertaining.
Oh, and we see the mines critically being laid down here finally.
This is really gonna make it harder for Arthur to move in. This
Especially
is the time he should go and... oh, he's trying to recall into the expansions once again.
Yep, a good choice.
No, he should go for the main. This is not effective. Same time he's moving into the...
fighting the tanks here.
Moving into the mines in front as well. It's a disaster. Or is it?
A lot of these SCVs. Only 30 SCVs left for our Terran player.
Beastie Cutie doesn't seem to have enough actually. Down to 100 supply, but he's holding on at the natural.
Oh, a huge drop in the north side for Beastie Cutie. He's saying, oh yeah, I can recall too.
Perhaps he shouldn't be so focused on these drops. He should be more focused on defending those lower bases. That's what's gonna win him the game. Because Arthur is gonna mine out faster than Beastie Cutie is gonna mine out.
Continuously re-sieging and unsieging his tanks here.
Those were some cost-efficient trades for Beastie Cutie, but the problem is, as you said, he's down to 30-some SCVs, and that's not enough to keep up with the Protoss right now.
And now that that island's mined out, he's only mining minerals from 1 base, and his mineral income very low. Whereas the Protoss mining minerals on almost 3 bases right now. I think Arthur may have won the battle of attrition.
Yeah, if he manages to kill Beastie Cutie now with the following attacks. All Beastie Cutie needs to do is just hold on for another short while. Another recall is probably coming in here. He's looking for it. He's bunched up his whole army there at his 4th.
Yep, he looks like he's ready to go.
Follow the Arbiter now. Too many tanks there, I think, for him to... Oh, there he comes.
Oh, he goes for it anyway.
And Arbiter's there.
Barely time these tanks slipping out.
Taking stasis.
Oh, another recall right on top of the sieged up tanks. This is going to be great for Arthur. Beasty Cutie, no money. There's not quite enough gas in the tank.
He's dropping down to 90 supply. And most of his tanks are stasis and GG.
GG, wow. End to an epic game.
I really think Beasty Cutie should focus more on those lower left bases. He really... The harass was good, but it wasn't the right idea.
Arthur being relentless at pushing his harass and his recalls over and over again, knowing what trades to take and eventually forcing the GG.
Yeah, and we'll soon be back with the best of 5 finals between Arthur and Morrow. I think Morrow will be playing Terran. Same matchup.
Oh, it should be good.
We'll be right back.